want to talk about the 3-year-olds real quick and how they're doing, what they're up to, how I see them. Almost There Boss raced great the other night. Horse can't catch a break. 7-hole in London. James smokes him out of there. He's second at 55. 7-hole Grand River. Scotty tries to drive him easy. And there's a complete dog's breakfast there at the half. I don't know what the hell went on there at the half. He jammed up and horses went up the inside. It was just a disgrace. I don't really know what to tell you. Horse race good though, as good as he could. Just goes to show you that was a prospect series. There's no gimmies in Ontario. That in itself, that was a tough group of horses too. So Almost There Boss, nice horse, going to do us some good, but it'd be nice to draw the inside with the poor bugger once or twice. Amor Diener, big update here. The vet had said, listen, can you just walk him? Just walk him lots for the next week or two. He said, Anthony, I just don't want to screw this up. You want to do it right. I can still see a faint line. It's gone, it's filling in, but I want to see it filled in better. We're going to have to walk him. So I know that's probably not what everybody wants to hear. Certainly not what I wanted to hear. But at the same time, the horse looks like $1 million. So I said, all right, Doc, fine. We'll walk the horse. Let's say 10 days. Re-x-ray him 10 days, and then we'll go. After 10 days, 2 weeks, we'll start jogging him. After that 10 days and 2 weeks, if you tell us it's green light time, okay, now we start full training again. That's where we're at with Amor Diener. Yes, he's going to miss a little bit of time, but as I said, the good news is we were able to put a ton of weight on him. He looks like $1 million. Let's see how he looks now. Arches Rainbow was good the other night. 5th, closing in a big mile for her. I thought she raced great. Continues to be a nice filly. Fits a maiden at Mohawk. Gonna have a lot of fun with her, I think, for the next little while. And she's progressing into a better horse. There's no issues. Doesn't appear to be any issues that I'm told from Harry or anybody driving. I ask James all the time, what about her throat? I never heard her make a noise. So that's great. Great news. Blue Bayou Dio made a break the other night behind the gate. James said she was just a little hot. He said maybe I'll just bring her in next time. I think maybe he put her nose on the gate and she made a little mistake. He won't repeat that. And her and Unbeatable Kemp will be heading to Kentucky soon. Probably one more start and then they're off to Kentucky. Bomb Hugger Tuesday, drew the 2-hole. Wednesday, drew the 2-hole. I don't know if I can go. I got to do a lot of stuff in Ohio. I got to prepare for Thursday. And I see that my brother Mark is in the other division. I may simply list Mark on Bomb Hugger and he can drive her. He knows where the hobbles go. He can warm her up last trip and get a feel for her. I think I'm going to give him a call in a few minutes and ask him maybe he wants to drive her. Now that he knows the mare, he wants to drive her around Buffalo. I mean, she was a winner in Batavia last year. I think she's in a good position to do well in Buffalo. We'll see. Century Invictus, again, keeping a very, very close eye on this horse. I want to know, are we wasting starts with this horse? Right? This is a horse that would be crushing, doing very, very good at Yonkers. But I don't want to use the word crushing. Shouldn't use that word. He'd be doing very good at Yonkers. There's a lot of places this horse could be doing very good right now. And if Ontario is not one of them, then he's not going to stay here. And that just goes without saying. This idea that we just leave him here because he's an Ontario bred, so we'll race him in Ontario, is just silly. It's not actual reality. My job is to make sure the horses are in the right places all the time for our trainers to do well. And I'm left wondering if we're on the wrong path with this guy. So I'm going to be keeping a very, very close eye on Century Invictus over the next couple of weeks. Dustin Hanover, I told everybody that's on me. I drove the horse bad the other day. Shouldn't have put him on the front and will not this week. We will race him from off the pace for sure. But otherwise, thought the horse mechanically was better, and I think he's got a path to get better. He needs to put 100 pounds on. He needs to have some confidence, and I didn't help him definitely with either of those on Thursday, but I will this Thursday. Isa 10, I guess she's in the 3-year-old list. I'm going to talk about her. She's turned out, she's trying to get bred. I got to actually send Sanina a message right now and ask her if she is being bred this week. I hope, because we're getting a little late in the order to get them bred. Frosty Trouble was awesome the other day, a winner easily in the mud. See, little confidence, some hard training into this guy, and he seems to be coming around. I don't think you're going to see him winning 54 or anything, but he's getting better every week and looks to be a pretty usable animal. Garden State Dio is out. I'm going to leave her out for another couple of weeks, and then I'll bring her back in maybe 3 weeks. I'm really just going to focus on the fall with Garden State Dio. Gemstone Ruby Rose, another 3-4 weeks out in the field with her also. Grace is in Monday. I'm driving her in the gold. Short field, but we do got to tangle with some killers. Adair Castle's in there, head-to-head. Both of them at their best. I can't touch Adair Castle, but, who knows? It's a horse race. That's why we raced them. So we'll see what happens on Monday. Massive Profit. Looked to me like he did everything he could the other day. He can't draw the outside, come first over in a mile and 55 and expect to have super favorable results. The horse did what he could. I was happy. We'll see what happens next week. Matt's MVP is back jogging now and looking good. Very happy with what I see from him. Miss Sophia Rose. I don't know where Harry is or Indigo. I don't know if she's that good, to be honest. She's just a horse. We'll see. We'll see what Harry says this week. 1-2 Skip a View has been great, quietly great. Drew the 9 hole, which is a trailer at Northfield in the maiden. I suspect she'll do pretty good on Wednesday. Procrastinator will be going to Scioto on Friday. Really happy to see this horse in this spot. I would have been happier to see him in the winner's circle at the Meadows this week. He didn't get in. I find it so hard to believe they couldn't fill a maiden at the Meadows. It's so hard to believe they couldn't fill a maiden. I'm just shocked. So Procrastinator will race in Scioto Downs on Friday night. Purple Aura will race from the 9 hole, and I don't care if she's a 9 hole or not. She's going to race from the 9 hole in Northfield. No, it's not going to be a cakewalk, but I told you guys she's sitting on a big mile, and I expect to see it on Wednesday. Renegade Gypsy, a little flat, but I just don't think he got around Grand River very well last night. Another horse, 3 wins. Is he racing in the best position in the Mount Winners of 4 that he could be in? We'll see. Resolute Bay, again, deep track, flip-flops on, coming off a line where he did bleed. Now we will put him on Lasix. I think he did as good as he could do. I was happy with what I saw from Resolute Bay. I expect we'll see better things from him in the near future at Mohawk. Slim Jimmy, good the other day. Not great, good. You know, how often can I use this deep track excuse before that little voice in my head says, all right, I get it, the track's deep, but everybody has to race in it. You're right. Little voice, you're right. Slim Jimmy was okay, adequate. I want to see him grow from that race. So we'll see what happens with him. He's going to race next Saturday at Northfield Park on Battle of Lake Erie night. He'll be racing. I suspect Brett can drive him again. He's in Northfield next Saturday. Stonebridge Acadi in the stall for another week, I believe. Then he can go in the pool. Go check the calendar. As soon as we can get him in the pool, we will. Sweet on Pete, racing tonight. I hope I have good luck with her. Tough spot, 7 holes. She's in with some horses that can go a bit. Toes in the Waters in there. Also Ty Lloyd's filly, nice filly. But none of them know what I know. I schooled this filly in 55 last week. She's going to be tough. I think she behaves. Twinbee Habanero, going to train him around 2 minutes this week at Mohawk. Let me see, what day is that? Qualifiers are on Tuesday. He'll probably go Wednesday. I might school him Tuesday. I might school this horse on Tuesday. Twinkle in Her Eye has been rebred. She didn't catch the first time. It's okay. She's been rebred to Poppy Rob Hanover. We'll see if she catches. I hope she does. Unbeatable Kemp will race this week. A lot of people say, why didn't he get in? Well, guys, the class didn't go. It didn't fill. I can't just make up a class for him. It's got to fill. So he didn't get in this week, last week. He'll get in this week. We trained him up Wednesday. Dominic said he was very, very good. We'll see what happens this week. One way or another, we'll get him raced this week because he is heading to Kentucky soon. Will to Win Hanover, I believe, is in the Poconos this week, if I'm not mistaken. Andy Miller will drive for Julie Miller. Very excited to see this horse enter and race under the Miller banner this week. World for 2. I get a message from Megan Schramm, said that he had popped a quarter crack. They had it all fixed up, and he trained like a monster this morning. Happy to hear that. I can't wait to see this guy race. I believe he's got the rail in Philadelphia, so good luck to everybody with the World for 2 group. That is your 3-year-old list. I'll be back in a minute. We still got the aged horses. We're going to talk about them in just a minute.